Hello and welcome back to episode 437 of the Journey Through Games, playing almost every Super Nintendo game released in Europe and the US, but mostly missing out the sports games. And today we are continuing our exploration of the Sim games on the Super Nintendo with SimCity 2000. So SimAnt wasn't really for me, but it was okay. I wouldn't say it was a bad game. SimCity was better, in my opinion. It was more up my street, and yeah, I'm interested to see what SimCity 2000 is like then. So welcome to the training map. I do like that this game has got training modes, tutorial modes, because that is something a lot of Super Nintendo games that I've played, they don't have a tutorial or any kind of explanation within the game. It's kind of, I guess, all done through the manual, but if you don't have the manual, you're kind of at a bit of a loss, whereas this game has a tutorial, which is nice. So above is the planned city layout. Please follow instructions on the screen and build the city. Let's build a power plant. Instructions to build a power plant. Read carefully. Power plant. Okay. Hydroelectric oil. Right, so it wants me to build it there, okay. Repeat the explanation. Nope. Got it. Now follow the instructions and build an oil power plant at the coloured grid. Right, power plant. Oil. Not a fan of these controls initially. After building power plant, now we need power lines. The city won't grow without roads. Instruction to build roads. Road. Right, okay. I already don't think I like the isometric view as much as the top-down view that we had in the first one. And I think, yeah, like the fact that it can move within squares is a bit... Like, what's the point in having squares then? Next, we need power lines. Buildings won't appear at places without electricity. Connect power lines to power plant to draw directly. Build your power lines just the way as you build roads. Perhaps it's not meant for a controller and instead meant for a mouse and keyboard. Don't need to repeat that. We have roads and electricity. Now we can build a city. Why don't we try building a few houses? Designate an open area. It's easy once you see how it's done. Now let's run through it. Watch carefully. Dense residential. Oh wow, you can drag in. Okay, so it doesn't have to be all the same size. Keep it down, drag the direction key. Okay, residential, dense residential. Ugh, this control is not good. Without jobs at factories, people won't come to your city. Factories close to a housing area means convenience for the people. Industrial is built the same way. Here's how it's done. Watch carefully. Okay. I'm with you. With houses for people living in a factory by the city will grow, but to make it better, you need commerce. Building commerce areas, just the same. Okay. This tutorial's not as good. Yeah, it's. I think it's designed for a mouse and keyboard. It's not. Oh, we missed the most important. The commerce area does not have electricity. Power lines can be laid later. Let's run through this one more time. Power lines, yeah, okay. We're doing it. Okay, so you don't have to connect them directly to the place in this. They just have to kind of run through it, I guess. Come on, what's the point in having it move like fractions of a square? Industry, commerce are the three basic areas. Balancing the three is the key for your city to grow when population grows. Crime rates. To curtail crime rate, you need to build police stations. Should be built at the middle of the city to maximise their effects. Police. Where are we putting a police station then? Okay. City looks great. However, to prevent fires, you need more fire stations. Building fire stations. Yep, okay. No need to repeat that explanation. Right, yeah. This instantly, personally, gives me a less good first impression than SimCity 1. Elderly decreases. What? Training map. What did elderly decrease? A recent survey has proven that elderly people have been evacuated by their children. This survey supplements the previous survey that clarified the fact of decreasing of elderly people in these 10 years. I wish I could live close to my old father, but the old people's homes are always full. I had no choice but ask him to move, remarks Mr. Lloyd with tears in his eyes, who recently decided to live separately from his father. Enterprise leaves training map. Johnson Technology has abandoned its project of building factories in the city. Although first attracted by the low land prices and taxes, Johnson Tech was appalled by the low education level in the area. We held an exam to recruit university graduates last month, but from the results of the exam we failed to find anyone who qualified for the positions at our company, remarked a disappointed Johnson Tech vice president. Right, okay. What's this? Training map. Yeah, it just seems slower. Like, I think they've tried to... oh, gosh. Isn't the fire... on the fire station people going to come? Fire ran through the 30 streets, causing an estimated $3 million. No deaths have been reported, but an elderly citizen hearing the news of the fire jumped from the window of his room on the 7th floor with his pet cats under his arms. He only got injured. The mayor promised to start the construction project to rebuild the whole downtown right away, as many of the major buildings have been destroyed. They have? Didn't look that bad to me. Right, yeah, that's SimCity 2000. first initial impressions are it's not as good as the first SimCity game. I think they've kind of tried to go for more detailed graphics, but in the process they've lost. Mainly for me, the ease of use. You can't really play it with a controller, or at least it would be very frustrating to play with a controller, just because the controls, like, I don't know if you notice, like here, for example, like it moves multiple fractions within a square. Did you see that? And I just like, I don't want that. I don't know why I would need that. So yeah, that'll do it for this episode. I'll see you guys next time.